Hey folks, this is Vincent Nuttally with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to play Octo Dice. This is a game for 1 to 4 players. It's for ages 14 and up, and the average play time is 20 to 30 minutes. This is a roll and write game. I have covered it before, but this is Idalee's first time playing outside of a quick practice round that we had. So for those of you that are unfamiliar with this, like I said, this is a roll and write game. We're going to be rolling dice every single turn. We're going to lock in 2. We're going to roll the rest, we're going to lock in 2, and then lock in the rest. And then once we have that, we can have up to 2 actions with those particular dice. Now, as we take these actions, we're going to be filling out this card here across multiple categories. These are the different actions we can take. There's like a gem here. So whenever we take actions with our dice, we have to pair a white die and a black die together. And the way these dice operate, the white dice lists the different actions that you can take, and the white dice have either colors and numbers on them or a combination of both. As you can see, there's a blue 1, there's a red 0. There are octopods on both of these dice, and those will come in a little bit later. But basically, you're trying to meet a quota of octopods every 2 rounds so that you don't lose any points. So, like I said, you're going to take 2 actions, and to take an action, you're going to choose 2 dice that you've locked in, and then put them off to the side, and you're going to take this action. So this would be like a Lab 2, or this would be a Lab 0, or this would be a Gear 0, or a Gear 1, and then you would take the appropriate action on your card here. So for this first column, you're going to, it doesn't matter what the color is, but you're going to take the gem and the number. You would cross off the next available one and then write in your score down here, whatever the number to pick. So if it's a gem 1, you would score 1 point. If it's a gem 2, you would score 2 points, and so on. This column, you start with yellow and work your way down. Doesn't matter what number it is. So if you roll a gear yellow, again, number doesn't matter. So gear yellow, you would cross that off and put 1 point. Anywhere you see a little light bulb, that's victory points. So if you already have this crossed off, and in the future, if you roll a gear red, you would score 2 points, and so on. This allows you to move your colored cubes down these labs here. A lab gives you different abilities and allow you to mess with the dice in certain ways. The bottom ones affect endgame scoring, gives you like bonus points. The robots and the submarines, they sort of work hand in hand. So if you have robot yellow as your first one, you would cross this off and get a point. If it's your second robot yellow, you would get 2 points. Now, if you have a submarine, at the end of every third, the game is broken up into 6 rounds. Round 1 and 2, round 3 and 4, round 5 and 6. At the end of every third round, or at the end of every third, you're going to go ahead and score submarines. And for every robot that you have of that color, and you have that submarine crossed off, you would get some bonus points. So if I had both of these yellow robots crossed off, and I had the yellow submarine crossed off, I would score 2 bonus points, 1 for every robot that I've crossed off. You can see here in real small print, it says 0, 1, or 2. So I could have the submarine crossed off and not have any robots crossed off. I would get 0 points for that during this intermediate scoring. The octopods, after you take both actions, any octopods that you rolled, you're going to go ahead and cross off here. You're trying to meet a quota of 2 to avoid losing 2 points at the end of every third. Should you roll a number of octopods in one round, on one turn rather, 2 or more, you get bonus points. So the more octopods you roll, the more extra points you get, if you can do that. And then at the end of every 6 rounds, at the end of 6 rounds, you're going to have endgame scoring. Whoever has the most crystals will score points. Whoever, you'll take a look at the labs, and whoever has a cube on the bottommost lab, each one scores a little bit differently at game's end. You're also going to add up the intermediate scorings for all 3 rounds. You're going to total all of that up. Whatever your final score is, that's it. Now, I know that was a very brief overview, and I skimmed over that very briefly, so it'll make more sense as we actually start doing it. So, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay. Now, in a 2-player game, the computer also gets a roll. One thing I neglected to mention was that at the end of an opponent's turn, you can choose 2 of their dice and use it. But you can only do that twice per third. That's what. So in the first round, when I roll, I'm going to be marking these off. I can get action 1, action 2, any octopods done. Round 2, this is my roll. Action 1, Action 2, any octopods done. But during Ida Lee's round, at the end of her round, I can choose 2 dice and earn points here, or do whatever. And the computer in a 2-player game gets to roll dice at the end of every player's turn. That gives us some extra opportunities to use those 2 use on another player turn actions. So I'm going to go ahead and roll the dice at the beginning of my first round.
What does that mean again?
This is endgame scoring.
Sorry.
Endgame scoring. So this is crystals, and whoever has the most crystals gets some bonus points. Labs are scored at that point in time, and then you add those up along with that to get your final score. Okay, so now I'm going to lock 2 of these in. I know it's kind of hard to see. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in as best I can so you guys can actually read in it. So we're going to have, what am I going to reserve?
That's really good.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take a lab and a 1. Now, I can take 2 whites, I can take 2 black dice, it doesn't matter. You don't have to pair them up and lock them in right away. So I'll have to take these and re-roll them. So there's an octopod. I might decide to keep that, and maybe I'll take the... or maybe the 1. Okay. I don't know if I like any of them. Well, all right, let's do this at least. So I'm going to do submarine that, and then I'm going to go ahead and re-roll these. All right, so I got an octopod and a lab. So out of those dice, I get to choose 2 pairing. One white, 1 black, 1 white, 1 black, 1 white, 1 black. Any combination I want. So I might decide to do... now, in order to use the lab action, in order to move your cube up, it has to... The number that you choose, that you pair it with, has to be the number that you're moving to. At the bottom of each lab, there's a 0, a 1, and a 2. So if I wanted to move a cube from the top, which is where they start, onto this space, I would need a lab 0. And then I could move any one of those down. If I was already on the 0 space, I would need a lab 1 to move it up there, and then a lab 2 to move it up further. You cannot move backward. So this lab 1 means nothing to me right now, because actually, that was bad on my part. I should not have kept that lab. I was hoping to get a 0. Okay, so yeah, so that's actually bad. The labs are useless to me because none of them are 0s. So I cannot, so this is my only action that I can take. I can either use the submarine blue 1 or the submarine green 1. So I'm just going to cross off the submarine blue, I guess. It doesn't matter. And that's my 1 action. So now submarines do not score immediately, so I'm going to put a 0 on the little A1 here. That indicates the first action for your first round. And the B, I don't have enough dice to take another action, any legal action, so that's just going to cross out as an X. No points. And now I look at my octopods. I've got 1 octopod. I'm going to go ahead and cross off 1 of them. And had I rolled more than 1, I would get bonus points, but I did not. So I just crossed off 1. I'm halfway to meeting my quota for the first round. This is going to be a 0 because I didn't score any bonus points for the octopods.
Now here's the question. Could you just not have taken that octopod? Could you just have said pass?
Yeah, but you kind of...
Okay.
Who's to say that I'll get the octopods again in the future?
Yeah, that's true.
And even if you meet your quota, you can still score on octopods.
That's true.
So now you have a choice. Do you want to use 2 dice? No. Okay. So you're going to go ahead. Now the computer's going to roll. Yep. All right. So now I have the option of using one of my free use another player's actions. So does she. So out of these dice, would I want to use any of these? Gear red. No, we need a yellow. Gear white, no, we need, so the gears are useless. There's no yellows to cross that off. These have to go in order. Yellow, red, blue, green, white. So there's no gear yellow there, so we can't use that. There's lab 0, so if I could use a lab 0 and move up 1, which I might want to consider doing, just to give myself an advantage here. So I'm going to go ahead and get 0 points for the lab. I'm going to take the 0 lab. And I'm going to go ahead and move up. I'm going to go ahead and move up there.
I'm going to do the same.
You're going to do the same thing. Do the same one or a different one?
This one.
Okay. So this one is I can change a yellow 0 into anything I want. And hers is every time she takes a submarine action, she gets a bonus point. That's what that tile is. And we'll tell you about the rest as we land on them. All right, so now you get to roll. There you go. Okay.
So
you have to reserve 2, keep rolling.
Oh boy. I'll do this one.
Okay.
And...
That's right.
This one.
Okay, so now you have to roll the other ones.
Okay. I'll do this one.
Okay.
And... Oh man, this is hard.
By the way, there are 2 sides to these lab tiles. So if you want like a different, if you want different abilities, you can switch them over to their B side.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, and then you roll those and keep whatever that is. 0 and 1. Okay.
Alright.
So now you get to take 2 of those actions, whatever they are.
I will do this one.
All right, so that is what?
A
Lab and 1.
1.
So that means you're going to move this one up to here.
Yes, and that's a 0
0
on
on
A.
A. Yep.
Yep.
And for your second action,
My second action.
you can take submarine blue or submarine yellow, or you can take lab 0.
I will take lab 0.
Okay, and you're going to move.
Oh man, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's really stupid. Can I take that back? Actually.
What are you going to do?
Can I not take this action?
Go ahead.
Okay. So 0. Okay. So I'll do lab first.
Okay.
Oh wait, so it wouldn't matter either way. So yeah, this is still 0 because lab 0.
Okay, so you're moving up.
I'm
Okay.
moving this one.
So then you need to move that one back, right?
I did.
Okay.
This was there.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right.
Because I adopted your thing.
Okay, right.
And now I will move this submarine
Blue. Okay.
blue. So that is
You-
over here.
Yeah, you cross off the submarine spot,
And that's
and then every time you take a submarine every time you take a submarine action, you get a point.
yeah.
So what you're gonna do is on your second action, you're gonna put a 1.
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah.
Because of the bonus point.
Right. Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The submarine does not give you points right away.
Yeah.
The submarine is
Yeah.
for at the end of every third.
I see.
But because you've got this bonus plus 1 there, every time you
Get
take
you.
some, you get a bonus, right?
Okay. Now I will move it down 1. Oh wait, no, you can only take 2 actions.
Right. Only 2 actions.
Oh my gosh, that stinks.
Mm-hmm. Now I have the option of copying you if I want to. I can choose a pairing of those if I want. What are you
I'm
doing?
gonna switch it out.
No, then you don't get that point.
Oh, that's right. All right, forget it.
Quit switching.
I'm sorry. I'm confusing everyone.
Okay, so so I've already got submarine blue, so I don't need to cross that off again. I could do submarine yellow. I do have this ability where I can turn that yellow into anything I want.
Oh, if that actually applies to other people's
I'm pretty
things?
sure.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
Let me check the back of the rulebook real quick, but it just says
I don't see why you wouldn't be able
once
to.
per turn, if you rolled yellow on the black die, you can change it to any. So it says if you rolled it. I don't know if you can actually use it on another player's turn.
I'm sure you can. I don't see
You know
why
what? It says
No, I don't see
it
why-
says when you rolled it, so that's the act of rolling. I'm copying in this case, not rolling, so I won't use it. So even so, I mean, I could use the lab 1 to move up further. I could, I'm not going to do anything. So that ends your turn, and
Okay.
now the computer gets to roll. So go ahead and roll for the computer if you want, and then we'll have the option of copying one of his. Okay, so he rolled some 2s, some. I'm actually going to use the. I'm gonna copy, and I'm gonna use the gem 2 to get 2 points. So I'm gonna cross off a gem, and I'm gonna get 2 points down here. So that's what I did. I crossed off a gem. I know you guys can't see it. Here, let's move the dice down so they can see it.
Okay.
So I used a gem and a 2 to cross that off, and this is the copy down here. So I got 2 points.
I'll do the same thing.
You're gonna do the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Vince knows
Sure, we'll go with that. Okay, so now it's my turn for round 2. We both used our copies, so there's no more copying going on. Wow,
Whoa.
a lot of octopods. I can only save 2, unfortunately. So I'm gonna put those two aside. So I would re-roll these. I got another octopod. I need to save some actions though. That's a submarine and a yellow. Actually, I'm going to save the yellow because I've got that. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take that and that, and then roll these 2. 1 and a submarine. Okay. So with this combination of dice, I'm going to do I can use this ability to change this to anything I want. I'm going to change that to a white 2 to cross that off and get 2 points from my action A. Action B is going to be submarine green, which is here. And I score 0 points for that. And I've got 2 octopods, so I can cross off 2 here, right? And let's do it this way. So I can cross off 2. Now I've got my quota, so I can cross off the -2. So at the end of this round, I won't lose 2 points. And I have 2 octopods, so I get 1 bonus point.
Nice.
So I'm going to put 1 point there. All right, and you can't copy.
I forgot to put 0.
Okay, that's fine. You can't copy, so there's no point in rolling for the computer or copying one of mine. So now this cube in front of us is just to remember what color we are. That's all.
Okay, I gotta save this one. Oh man, those gem 2s look so nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, that's tough.
Yeah, it is.
I want to keep them all. Alright. I guess I'll just do... Just do this one, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know.
So you're going to save
I don't know what the heck.
octopod and a gear. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, why not?
You got another octopod and a...
One.
Oh yeah, you've got it.
And...
You get to save 1 more. Okay.
YOLO.
Yellow? Alright. Octopod and 0.
That's rough.
So, unfortunately,
But I have this, so I can...
you can turn a gear into a robot,
Yeah.
right? So you can use robot red. So
Yeah,
you would
robot
mark
red.
off robot red on the 1, and you would score 1 point for that.
1.
And the 1 point is coming from here. The first one you cross off is 1. The second one you cross off is 2.
Yeah. I can't take another action.
You
So
got it. So
zero?
that's just 0.
And I reached my quota for both of these.
Right. So you would cross off all your octopods there, and -2. You have 3 octopods,
That's 3
so
points.
that's 3 bonus points. Yep. All right. So now we enter the intermediate scoring for the first third. So first we're going to see submarine points. Did we score any submarine points? You've got a submarine here, but no robots. You've got a robot here, but no submarine. So 0 points for the submarine.
That doesn't include this, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Because you scored that separately.
Yeah, okay.
So I've got 2 submarines, but no robots. So we both got 0 for the submarines.
Okay.
And now we just add up everything on spaces 1 and 2. And so we've got, let's take a look here. So I've got 3, 5. I've got 5 points for intermediate scoring 1. And then you have what?
7?
7. There you go. Okay. So now we're on to the second half here. Or second third, I should say. So we're going to roll dice. Okay. Lots of submarines. Don't know how I feel about that, actually.
Man, that would have been really nice for
I'm going
me.
to keep the yellow, because I've got that ability.
Ooh.
And I will keep the green, actually. Yeah, I'm going to keep the green 1, and then I'm going to reroll these. Robots.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Okay. I'm gonna keep robot. And I'm gonna re-roll these. Lab 1.
Ah, not too bad.
Okay, so for my 2 actions, I can use this to anything I want. So, I mean, it doesn't matter, but I can change the color to green.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I guess I could use that. It doesn't really. This kind of was wasteful.
Why? Because you would get 2.
I could use this die though. It doesn't matter. Again, I can only use. I've already got 2 green dice. It doesn't matter.
Oh, I see. I see.
So to change this yellow 0, yeah, I could change it to. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So.
You can only take 2 actions anyway.
Yeah, right. So I'm gonna use. Well, I'm going to use both the robot greens to get 1 point for this one. And I'm going to cross off the second. That's 2 points for that one.
That's so good.
And I have 0 octopods on that roll. And now you have the ability to copy if you want to.
Oh man, I would love to. Jeez, I don't even know. You know what? Yeah, why not?
What are you going to copy?
Just YOLO, the lab. Oh, wait, no.
You can do lab 0. You can.
Can I do lab 1? Can I switch it around?
Yeah, you can do. Yeah, you can any combination. So you can do lab 1 and and move one of these here or one of those here. Yeah, you can do that.
Oh my god.
This one is, you can use one of your submarines as an octopod.
Yeah.
Whether or not you use the submarine.
Yeah.
This one is, every time you use the lab action, you get a bonus point.
Oh, I like them both.
Yeah.
Dang.
Alright, so you used your copy action, so now the computer is going to go.
Yeah. Oh, you're using my action.
Alright, I kind of like that white 2 there. I'm going to go ahead and copy the white 2.
Yep, me too.
And that's going to be my first copy.
That was how you did it? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Oh my gosh, this pen is terrible.
I like the fine tips.
Yeah, but you need like a I don't know, like a pin to
Sure.
pin down the thing. You want to switch pens?
No, because I've already got black ink. I'm not going to go from black to blue.
Oh my god.
OCD, sorry.
Are you
It's not
kidding
going to happen.
Wow. That OCD though. Can the audience see?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You've got some choices there.
Oh my gosh, I should have done this one. Okay. No. I can change this to an octopus, right?
How are you going to change? No, at the end of the round.
At the end of the round.
Yeah, so all the dice that you've locked in, if you've got a submarine there, you can use it as an octopod.
Okay.
So if you lock in the submarine now, you'll have an octopod for later.
Okay. Now, does it count towards the bonus or no?
Yes.
Does it really?
It counts as an octopod.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fine. I'll use these 2 then. I really like this lab.
All right.
If I moved here, let's say I was here, I would be able to move after the round?
No, at the end of the game, what this one does, at the end of the game, it allows you to move another one of your markers up to the 2 space.
At the end of the game?
At the end of the game.
Oh.
Before final scoring.
Oh.
When the lab points kick in.
Oh. Why am I eating for that one? Ew. Okay.
Well, because one of them gives you points for every completed column.
Yeah, that's true.
So by having 2 of them, like if you have one here, and you at the end of the game you move another one down, you'll have completed 2 columns and gotten some extra points. I think it's this one, Super Lab.
Yeah.
For 2, it's 5 points.
Ooh, nasty.
You get to keep 2, whatever they are. You got octopod. You got 2 octopods. Nice. Okay. You could really rake in the octopod points.
Yeah, I know, but then it's no actions.
Yeah.
Man. I like octopods.
Okay, go for the octopods. And then you roll those, and then that's it. Okay.
Oh, and you can only do it for 1. Oh, that stinks. Alright, that's okay. Okay, so...
So you only have one action. It's the submarine yellow.
Yeah,
so you're going to
fine.
cross off a yellow submarine.
Yellow submarine.
Just like the
for
Beatles
0
would.
points
And then you get 0 points in
for the first
A
action.
through. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I get no second action, so that's
No
0 points for B.
Right.
But I get 4 octopods, so that's 4 points.
Yes. So you would cross off both of your octopods. I know the camera can't see what you're doing.
Okay, ta-da!
So 0 points for the yellow submarine, which is this. She couldn't take a second action because she didn't have any other numbers. And then she had 4 octopods. She gets 4 bonus points. And then she crossed off both, and she doesn't have to worry about negative points for the end of the round. Now I can choose to copy if I want to. I might actually choose to so that I might just get rid of my octopods now. So I'm going to copy 2 of her dice, get 2 octopods. I don't have to worry about that. I get 1 point for copying 2.
Nice.
And that's that. Alright, now it's on to...
Your turn?
Yes. You copied both, you've copied twice already?
Yes.
Okay, so have I. So, no more computer, we don't need to roll for the computer. Okay, so I've got, okay, we don't want an octopod. So gear, submarine, robot. I want to keep the robot. And the robot. And the white 2, I think. And then I want to re-roll these. Blue 1, come on, octopods, you're killing me here.
See, you should have copied me. That's what you get. That's what cheaters get. No, not cheaters.
I'm going to go ahead and do those 2 and re-roll the octopods and hope for the best. Octopod! Gotta be kidding me!
That's alright, don't you get an additional point?
I do, but I missed out on an action here, unfortunately. So I get to take, I don't have, this gear can't be used because I need a yellow, I don't have a yellow. So it's the robot white or the robot blue. I'm going to take a robot blue.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Get 1 point for that. And then I can't take a second action because this doesn't pair with anything. Because I need a yellow and I don't have a yellow. And then I have 2 octopods, so I score 1 point for that because 2 is 1,
Yep.
bonus-wise. Submarines, so we're intermediate. Oh no, wait.
I still got
you still get a turn. Yep, the computer does not need to roll because we've already copied twice, so we're not going to use that at all.
Okay. I don't know. I guess I will... Oh. I will do this and this.
Okay, gear and blue 1.
Reroll.
2 submarines, a yellow, and a 2, a white 2. There's some good rolls there.
This one.
Okay,
And
makes sense.
Well, see, here's the thing. I kind of wanted a robot. A robot. So I still have to give up 1, right?
Well, you can take the 2 and then re-roll the subs.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Gear and lab.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so my 2 actions is this one.
Gear in yellow, so that's 1 point. And A.
This one.
Yep, 4A, yep.
And I'm going to turn this into a bot and...
Well, bot using this
Yep.
lab here, okay. So it's a blue bot.
Blue 1.
Okay, and you get
So
1
that's a
point.
1.
Yep. Did you get any octopods? No. Or submarines? No. So you get 0 points for your octopods.
Oh, that's kind of sad.
It's okay. Now we score for the second third. So submarine-wise, I have the blue submarine crossed off, and I have 1 robot, 1 blue robot. So it's 1 point for that, and then I've got the green one crossed off, and I get 2 points for this one. So I get a total of 3 for my submarines.
Nice.
You would
I just get 1.
You would get
right?
1. You got the blue one crossed off and 1 robot.
Yeah. So just 1.
Mm-hmm. And then now we add those up. So I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Wow, that's nice. You are racking up your submarines.
You got 9. I don't want to hear it, Miss.
Big deal.
Yeah.
These these submarines, they keep adding for every
Yes.
single round?
Yes. But they're tough to get, though. I mean.
No wonder you've been racking them up.
All right, last couple of rounds here. All right, so lab 1, robot. I'm actually going to take the robot blue,
Nice.
and I'm going to re-roll these. Octopod, I will keep. No, because if I keep the octopods, I won't get a second action. So I might.
Octopods count as an action?
No. If I take these, and it doesn't matter. I only have one white die,
I see.
so I'd only take that action, and then I couldn't do anything else because these are both white.
I see.
So the white dice are action dice.
I see.
So I might want to re-roll these instead. I'm going to go ahead and take those and re-roll these. Don't give me octopods. Okay, better.
Ooh, nice.
So I'm going to take that white gem 2 as one action. And I want to take robot blue as my second action. That's 2 points as well. I have no octopods. And now you can copy
I will copy the robot.
the robot blue.
So that I can get another blue
Yep.
here.
Yep, so you and then you get 2 points for your first copy.
I can't write sideways.
That's all right.
Goodness. Okay.
All right, so the computer is going to roll.
Okay.
We can copy if we want. So we've got octopod. Oh crap! Is that loud?
That was a gear.
Was it gear? Okay. I'm tempted to take the gear yellow, but having those 2 octopods done and over with would be nice as well. Crap. That's crazy. The gem is kind of worthless because these are zeros. I'm actually gonna do the I'm gonna do the 2 octopod. No, I'm gonna do the I'm gonna do the gear yellow.
Okay.
And get myself a point for that, and get 1 point for the copy. Do you want to copy any of these?
I'm gonna do a geared red. So
A gear red. Okay,
I
that's
can
2
get 2
points.
points.
Yep. You already did the yellow, so now you're on to the red.
Oh.
Next, okay, so you got 2 points for your copy. You're out of copies.
Yep.
So it is your turn.
Ooh. I play risky, don't I?
Yeah, well, we both play risky, I guess. I don't know. Okay, good job.
Sorry.
Way to control your roll there. That's a good job.
I
All right.
did so well with that.
Wow, that's nice.
All right. What do I get? I will take the gem 2.
Okay.
I think. Do I really want to do that though? Oh man, I love octopods, whatever
Octopods,
they're
yeah.
calling. Yeah. Stupid gems. All right, yeah, gem 2 is fine.
Okay. Good job.
Probably a bad idea.
Nah. Octopod, gem, and 0. Taking the 2 octopods. Smart move. And gem octopod.
Sorry.
All right. Well, so you can take 1 action. That's your gem 2,
Yeah.
right?
So that's my right there. And I have 3 octopi.
Right. So you would cross off 2, and you make your -2 quota there. So you can cross that off, and you get 3 points there. Yep. There you go.
Okay.
And now I'm going to copy. I'm going to take 2 octopods from that.
Okay.
0. I get 1 point for that. 1 point because of that.
Alright, so now that we used all our copies.
Yeah, the computer doesn't need to go now.
I see. Interesting.
All right. I roll and you roll. Last 3 octopods. Are you kidding me?
That's okay.
I'm going to take the gear and the yellow. Wow. Robot and 1. Gem and 0. Okay. So, what I could do, I can turn, using this ability, I can turn that into anything I want to. So I can turn that into a white 2 if I wanted. Yeah, I'm going to do that actually. I'm going to go ahead and do this and this. So I've got a red gear, so that's 2 points.
Nice.
And I've got a white gem 2. That's also 2 points.
Wow, I think you beat me.
I have no octopods, so that's 0. And that's it for me. Now this is your final turn.
Oh boy. I need something good. Gosh. Okay, I will take the lab and 2.
Okay. That's good. Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
That may have won you the game, actually.
Okay. I guess I'll do this and this one.
Okay.
Okay. This and this one, I guess.
Okay. So now you can take 2. You've got a lab 2. You've got a lab. You've got a gear.
I will use this.
Okay.
To.
If you move this down here at the end of the bonus, you can move one of those down to the end,
So
and you'll score bonus on one of these 2.
Yeah. 0. Okay. Oh, that stinks. Actually, no. No, that's fine. And now I'll use the robot and the 0 to cross this off.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
1 point.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
1 point and no
octopods.
No octopi.
Okay. So now submarines. We're going to score for the submarines for the third.
Yep.
So I've got a blue and green submarine and both robots for both. So I've got 4 points basically.
Nasty. I got 3.
Okay. Yep. You've got
3 here.
2 for this.
2 for this and
1 for that. Yep. And then we total all of that up. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 14.
13.
13, wow. Now we compare, this is for endgame scoring, we compare gems. The person in first place gets 4 points, and the person in second place gets 2 points. So I get 4 and you get 2.
Okay.
But don't put the 4 in there yet, because
okay. So
it's like a grand total.
I see.
Now, this allows you to, at the end of the game, move one of your cubes down. So which cube do you want to move down to the last?
It doesn't really matter, does it?
It does.
Does it?
Well, look at this. Okay, so, let's do the math. Super Lab, for every completed one you get this for the first, okay, so 2 completed columns in this case is 5 points. This gives you points depending on how many octopod -2s you crossed out.
Oh.
You've got 3 crossed out, that gives you 4 points. So you get 1 more point if I
do that one.
Yes, so you would get 5, just write like a 5 above there. So basically 5 plus 2 is 7. And I have 4. I don't have any lab bonuses. Okay, so now we add up our final score.
Wait, how did you get 4?
I have the most gems.
Yeah. Oh, lab bonuses, okay.
I don't have any lab bonuses.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So now we add up I have 5, 11, 14, so that's 25, 30, 34. And you have...
Did you add that up, or is that later?
No, you add all of that up. So you got 7, 9, that's 16, 16, that's 29, 29 plus 7 is 36.
36?
Yep, so you beat me by 2 points.
Whoa.
So what did you think? Did you like Octodice?
Yeah, sorry, I was doing your math.
You didn't trust my accounting, did you?
No, of course.
Uh-huh.
I liked it. It was okay. It was really stressful at first because as you were explaining it, I was like, there's so much going on.
There is a lot going on, I agree.
I think for a write and roll, it's a bit overwhelming.
You think?
It's so small, like with all the stuff going on, it's way too...
There's so many actions and so many different... I mean, the ways to score are easy. Like gems, it's just the number.
Yeah.
Or, like that, once it clicks, it's easy.
Yeah.
But when you're first learning the game, you've got all of these different actions. They're all staring you in the face. You're like, okay, you've got these robots in the submarines that combine, you know what I mean? Then you've got these octopods coming in, the turn order, and yeah, it can be a little stressful.
The only thing I really, really don't like is that these numbers are kind of useless except for in the gemmed column. And I feel like that's such a waste. Like those poor numbers.
What I don't like is that the octopods on the black dice are like this dark blue. Like really? Why couldn't you make them white or something? Like,
don't worry, I'll put white on.
You will not. It'll just be a blob of white.
I don't like how this is portrayed either. Like that's really
the explanation.
to me. Yeah.
It's an octopod plus a submarine.
I just
yeah.
I just don't like the explanation for that.
No, I understand. Luckily, though, these are the only tiles that come in the game. So after you play it a couple of times, they become second, nature to you. So this is your first official game. You played one practice round off camera, and you got the hang of it pretty quickly, I think. But yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, I like it. There are other roll and write games out there that I would recommend over this one. Yes. Like, I still like Clever better.
I was just about to say that. Clever.
But this one isn't bad for what it is.
It's nice. I'd play it again.
It's pretty quick too. We played about half an hour. Yeah. Took us about half an hour to get through it.
I'd have to wonder what it would be like with 4 players. That would be hectic, wouldn't it?
Yeah, there's no computer rolling in a 4-player game, so yeah, you could. Yeah, it'd still be pretty hectic. You'd be fighting more for these, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think it just needs to be like maybe 12 rounds longer.
No.
Just a few more.
I think this was
of paper.
No. Well, you could if you wanted to extend your game, but then it breaks the balance because these only go up to 5. That doesn't make any sense.
I know, you'd have to loop around.
You'd have to use your second sheet to calculate. No, I couldn't. No, my head hurts too much for that. Funny. Yeah. So, would you play this again?
I would. You would. It was really fun. I liked it.
Good.
It's nerve-wracking though.
It is. It's an overwhelming roll and write. It has a high learning curve, but once everything clicks, it becomes easy. You know what I mean?
This is more of a you have to play it to learn it.
Yeah, for me trying to explain it in the beginning of this video, I wasn't doing it justice because there's so much to keep in the back of your mind while you're rolling all of these things. Yeah. So yeah, this is a game where you want to, instead of trying to explain the game verbally to people, just play a practice round with them, and as they see it, it'll make more sense. Yeah. I think Idly got more out of our practice game than me explaining. I took 15-20 minutes to explain it to her, and she's like, I don't get it. But the rolling, the practice, I think, definitely was more beneficial in this case. So, but then again, sometimes I don't explain things well either.
No, I'm a very visual. I'm a very visual and doer learner.
All right, well, that was Octodice. If it's on Amazon, I'll put a link in the below description for you, and then that'll help support my channel. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I'm going to publish. This is Vincent Idly. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Bye, guys.